He didn't have to wake up. He'd been up all night, lying there in bed listening to his newborn baby cry. He makes a pot of coffee, splashes water on his face. His wife gives him a kiss and says it's gonna be okay. It won't be like this for long. One day we'll look back laughing at the week we brought her home. Yeah, this phase is gonna fly by, so baby, just hold on, 'cause it won't be like this for long. 4 years later, about 4:30, she's crawling in their bed. And when he drops her off at preschool, she's clinging to his leg. The teacher peels her off of him. He says, "What can I do?" She says, "Now don't you worry, this will only last a week or two. It won't be like this for long. One day you'll drop her off and she won't even know you're gone. This phase is gonna fly by if you can just hold on. But it won't be like this for long. One day soon she'll be a teenager, and at times he'll think she hates him. Then he'll walk her down the aisle and raise her veil. But right now she's up and crying, and the truth is that he don't mind. As he kisses her goodnight, she says her prayers. He lays down there beside her until her eyes are finally closed. And just watching her, it breaks his heart, 'cause he already knows it won't be like this for long. One day that little girl is gonna be all grown up and gone. Yeah, this phase, it's gonna fly by. I'm trying to hold on, 'cause it won't be like this for long. No, it won't be like this for long. Alright, let me apologize to you from the get-go for having to listen to that. But there's a reason that I did that. One of the hardest parts about being a truck driver is missing your family. The time that you're away, all the moments that you miss. They're moments that you can't get back. You hear about them on the phone from your wife, about things that your daughter or your son did for the first time, and you're not there to witness it. Moments that they had, times that they've shared. You miss a lot when you're on the road, man. You miss a lot. And every now and again, you'll have a night that it just really hits home for you. You realize just how much you're missing and the effect that it has on your kids. Tonight, my daughter FaceTimed me. She does that every night pretty much before she goes to bed. But this time she was with mommy in the car coming home from seeing grandma. And she, we talked for a little bit, FaceTime. And then I had to go. I'm working, have stuff I have to do. And she starts crying, saying, "No, Daddy, don't hang up. Daddy, don't hang up." And finally, she handed the phone to my wife, and we just had to hang up. And she was crying hysterically for a while. My wife said she was really upset because, she misses me. I'm not there. And she's getting to the age, she's almost 3, where she, I don't want to say she understands what missing somebody is, but she feels it, if that makes any sense. Even though we ask her, do you miss Daddy, yada yada, and she'll say yeah, but I don't know if that's just her trying to, answer a question with whatever. But it's obvious, and it's obvious that she does miss me, and moments like that break my heart. That's the hardest part about doing this job. And that song is just a song that I just think about during those times. Because the moments do fly by. And unfortunately, as a truck driver, a lot of those moments fly by without you there. And when you talk to them on the phone and they don't want to hang up because they miss you, it really hurts. It pulls at your heartstrings, and as a dad, I wish I could be there more, but when you it's kind of a, I don't know if you'd consider it a catch-22 or not, but I'm out here to make really good money to support my family. And I do make really good money. And I do support my family. But I'm not able to share these moments with my family. I'm fortunate enough where my job, because of who I work for, she allows me to be home sometimes. Like when I ask for it. And sometimes when I'm home, I'll be home for 4 days straight. But you don't know when you're going to be home, I could be home from a Monday to a Thursday, or I could be home from a Thursday to a Saturday, or I could be home from a Sunday to a Wednesday. You just don't know. So it's impossible to make plans, but you do just miss so much when you're on the road. And as that song says, I really am just trying to hold on to every moment that I can when I'm home. And I love to bring those moments out on the road with me. I relive those moments every day. My family is my life. And my wife is pregnant with our son, who is due in August, and it's going to be that much harder. When there's two of them, two kids to leave, and my wife. But at the same time, I just got to keep telling myself that I'm doing it for them. So, but sometimes you gotta ask yourself if it's worth it, You really do. And of course the answer is yes, it's worth it to support your family. You do anything as a dad, as a man, to support your family. But man, you sacrifice a lot with this job. You know, you really do. I mean, I'm very fortunate. I'm extremely fortunate with what I have. You know, like I said, I mean, I'm very proud of how hard I work. I'm very proud of the money that I make, because it affords us, you know, it affords us the lifestyle that we have and that we want. But man, it's just hard to be away. And then when these things happen like it did tonight, where my daughter was literally crying into the phone on FaceTime, so I not only heard it but watched it. Please, Daddy, don't hang up. Please, Daddy, don't hang up. No, don't hang up, Daddy. God, that just kills me. Man, when we finally did hang up, I was just in a dark place. When you drive a truck, it's lonely, you know? You're out here on the road. There's not many occupations where you're isolated as quite like you are as a trucker. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of jobs that, you know, that leave you out, that you're isolated, but you know, trucking is definitely one of them. You just feel isolated, especially at times like this. You feel separated from everything and everybody. In your little capsule, rolling down the road at 70 miles an hour. And it sucks, for lack of a better word. It really does. You know, my dad said something to me a long time ago. The most valuable thing that any of us have is time. You can't get it back. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you try. The past is the past, and you can't do anything about it. You can't relive moments. You can relive them in your head, but you know, moments that I miss at home while I'm on the road, I can't relive those in real time. You know, it's gone. All I can do is hear about it on the phone when I talk to my wife or my daughter that night. So it hurts sometimes, but you know, when you love your family, you do whatever you can to make sure they have a comfortable life. And this is what I do, along with millions of other men and women out here on the highways. So if you're ever behind one of these trucks on the road, and maybe they do something you don't like, maybe they slow you down a little bit, maybe they pull out in front of you, I admit that could be a dick move, but cut them some slack from time to time. You know, you just don't know what they're feeling. You don't know what their phone call was. You know, I mean, they could be 1,000 to 1,500 miles away from home, and they could have just gotten a call that their dad died. You know, God forbid, but that can happen. You just don't know what they're going through. This is not like any other job. It really isn't. But because I don't feel like editing, and there's a time limit to YouTube uploads, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. But I do feel like I need to put this on YouTube. As embarrassing as the beginning was, me singing isn't exactly pleasurable. But I hope you listen to this, and I hope you understand it. We'll see you all later. Take care.